Hello, and welcome to Amor Numeri. Today, I'm going to talk about enhanced for loops. Enhanced for loops are loops that iterate over an iterable, such as an array, which I'll cover today, list, which I'll cover in a future video, or set, which I will also cover in a future video, though there are many more. Before we implement the loop, allow me to explain what an array is. In our previous video, we used an array, but I don't think I really explained what it is. An array is a dataset with a fixed length. The data inside of it, called its elements, can be of any data type, such as string, int, char, double, float, boolean, short, and long. Now, let's launch IntelliJ, and I can show you how to implement this loop. So we're going to open our project. After we open our project, make a new Java class under source by right-clicking source, then clicking new, and then Java class. For this video, the class name will be Enhanced Loop X, standing for Enhanced For Loop Example. Now we implement our main method. If you'll remember from the last video, we do that with public static void main string array args, and then curly brackets. Inside our main method, we are going to create an array. Arrays are declared with the following syntax. Type, open square bracket, close square bracket, array name equals new type, open square bracket, length, close square bracket, semicolon. So for example, if I wanted to make an array whose elements are of type int, is called int array, and is 5 elements long, I would type int, open bracket, close bracket, int array equals new int. Since the length is 5, we're going to put 5 between those square brackets. Now, I'm going to assign the elements of this array to the numbers 5 through 9 inclusive. So, if you'll remember from the last video, the way we access arrays elements are the array's name and then square brackets. Between the square brackets, the index of the element we are trying to access, which goes from 0 for the first element to the length of the array minus 1 for the last element. So we're going to say that our first int array element is 5. Our second one, or int array sub 1, is 6. Int array sub 2 is 7. Int array sub 3 is 8. And finally, int array sub 4 is 9. Now, we've assigned values to our elements. So now I'm going to implement the enhanced for loop. The syntax for this is for, open parenthesis, type element in rname, close parentheses, and then the braces. Since we are iterating over an array called int array with elements of type int, we should type for int element colon int array. Now, notice that the example this is called element, and this is called element. Well, this is a variable that references each element in an int array as we iterate over it. However, we could make this variable name anything, so I'm going to change it to int num. So now, inside of the for loop, we are going to print out each element. So we're going to use system.out.println, which I covered last video, and we're just going to say int num. As you can see, it printed out each number. So now arises the question, why not use an enhanced for loop for all situations where we must iterate over an iterable? The answer is that in some situations we must use a normal for loop. For example, enhanced for loops, unlike normal for loops, cannot manipulate the elements of the iterable. In this video, we covered enhanced for loops, how to implement them, and their shortcomings. Thanks for watching. If you have any concepts that you want me to explain, please leave a comment and I'll be sure to explain them in a subsequent video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next week.